Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my content predictions for tomorrow's content here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. And we're going to start by discussing the new packs that are going to be coming out and also the refresh of the Hall of Fame boxes that is likely to happen this week as well. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's talk about it. So as y'all can see, I haven't opened any hot boxes on my account personally, but they reset as I record this in a day and 8 hours. It's, by the time y'all see this, going to be less than a day in all likelihood, if not right about a day if you watch this right as this video comes out. But the way that 2K has done the last couple of festival events, the Bracket Busters Festival and the Signature Series Festival, is that they reset the Hall of Fame box limit of 3 on the second Friday of the festival when new content came out. And I do believe they will do that again, because why would they not take advantage of money? It makes sense. I think they'll do it again 100, like pretty much 100%. And so we're going to see some more HOF boxes in addition to regular packs. For those regular packs though, I still think we're getting out of position. I understand last week's drop was crazy and we had some of the better cards in the game, but were they really out of position? Literally, I mean, an in-game caliber Wemby is going to play power forward. Paulo at small forward, power forward is what his Opal played. Ben Simmons is going to be point guard eligible. His diamond was. A man shooting guard, that's not weird. None of this is weird. You know what I mean? None of this is really out of position. Dikembe at power forward and is damn near the most out of position thing we've seen here. So like in general, we didn't get out of position cards, even though they were glitched, and we got some really glitchy big cards and stuff. I mean, even Jokic and Jimmy Butler, like those are kind of out of position in the festival, but I don't know. I feel like there are definitely a lot of players that they could still drop for an out of position set is my thought process. And I still find it fascinating that we did not get out of position at all last year, but they continue talking about retro themes. That is the one retro theme that is not back. And it wouldn't shock me as well if they did it as the final drop of season 6 to kind of, I mean, at the end of the day, every content drop is just squeezing for money, right? Realistically, this is a great way to squeeze for that money with these out of position cards. Realistically, the number one guy that I think we're going to get, and I've mentioned him and I've predicted him for multiple weeks in a row and it hasn't come to fruition, but I feel like it has to, is invincible LeBron James at point guard. That feels like the no-brainer. He has not gotten a 100 overall. He has not gotten a card, period, since his All-Star Dark Matter, and he is absolutely due. We're around the point in the year where it's not particularly weird for Bron to get a point guard card anyway, and so for out of position, he would be an amazing headliner. He's a card who is easy to justify. He's obviously a huge moneymaker, one of the most desirable players in the game. And with the new jumper, I mean, an out of position LeBron would be ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'd love to see a guy like Bill Russell, but unfortunately, 2K doesn't have his rights anymore. May he rest in peace. But Jimmy Butler, he just got a card, so like obviously he's not going to get one. Draymond to me feels like a really obvious choice for an out of position point guard card as well. I could easily see a Dark Matter Draymond in out of position. That feels like the name of a card that could absolutely come out. And if I could request one budget card from out of position in 2K23 specifically, I loved this Luke Walton card. A 6'10 point guard with a money jump shot. He was such a good card. Would love to see a card like this that is a giant budget point guard who can actually score, has good animations. Like a fun offensive big point guard who can score with good animations would be nasty, as long as they are a half capable defender. That could be the type of budget point guard that can compete with some of these glitchy top tier point guards. And that's one of the most important things that I do think I need to mention real quickly, is that for an out of position drop, I think it is absolutely crucial that there are high level budget cards that can at least somewhat compete with your most expensive ultimate invincible LeBron type cards that I'm predicting. You know what I mean? So it does to me feel like we should hopefully get some of those guys. Now, could we see a Taco fall? I wouldn't be stunned. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be stunned if they brought this card back and gave us a similar card art Taco Fall who's like a dark matter or a Galaxy Opal. I could totally see that out of position Paulo. Going to season 6, I believe, of 2K23, we got out of position 2, which had a Kevin Garnett, who, by the way, hasn't gotten a card in a long time either. Feels like another guy who could absolutely, I would not be surprised at all to see 100 overall shooting guard Kevin Garnett. Again, throwing back to older content, that would be the type of card they could do. 100 overall shooting guard, small forward Kevin Garnett can kind of throw back to that. Ron Artest did already get a dark matter. Who knows? Maybe he gets 100 overall. It's possible. Wouldn't be stunned, but I don't expect it. Big Z definitely could get another out of position card. Definitely a name that makes sense as well as other big men like Big Z, a Manute Bull, who I guess already got an opal this season, so probably not getting another card. Was that this season still? Fan favorites? That was this season. That was the first drop of the season. It's the type of content that I could absolutely see. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it definitely does make at least a realistic amount of sense that it potentially could with those types of names. And was there even out of position 3 in this year? There was not. So let's go take a look at the 2K22 cards real quickly, see if there are any other names that make a lot of sense for an out of position-esque drop. Obviously, 2K22 had my favorite out of position drop of all time, which was this one right here that had Michael Jordan in it, as well as I believe LaMelo and Giannis were in that drop specifically. We have an invincible Giannis. We could get a LaMelo, but if we get a LaMelo, there's always going to be those couple of guard cards that are guards playing big man spots as well and out of position. None of those cards are ever really elite, realistically. But like, I guess if MJ didn't already have 100 overall, we could see an MJ. I guess we could theoretically see an invincible MJ, but I'd be shocked if we saw invincible MJ before we see LeBron, period, as higher than a dark matter. So that's my opinion. Ben Wallace just got a card. I would have loved to see an out of position Ben Wallace, but he just got a card. Jimmy Butler, again, has gotten multiple out of position cards. We won't be getting one this time. I'd like an Evan Mobley. That'd be cool, but I don't think he's the type of guy they'll bring back as out of position. Plus, he'd need a new jumper. That's the thing about a guy like Evan Mobley. He needs a jump shot badly. And you know what? I mean, we're going to get a couple of those giants, like I said. I mean, you know, a name that would be interesting to me is like a Vlade Divac at point guard, for example. I could see a dark matter Vlade Divac playing like shooting guard or point guard, a guy who's known for his passing. Maybe an Arvydas Sabonis, for example, is another name who actually was in this drop, who could absolutely be seen as a card like the point guard, as an opal or as a dark matter or something along those lines. I could see a dumb card like that, especially. The thing about Jokic is that Jokic especially really opens the floodgates, because like Ben Simmons opens the floodgates, don't get it twisted, but Jokic really does, because he's a damn near 7-footer. He's on the Kareem at point guard, Giannis at point guard, that type of thing. At this point, I feel like almost, or we could easily at this point kind of see anybody and anything. So I think it is very open-ended now with that Jokic card having come out and said in terms of who we're going to get. And I got to be honest with y'all, I am truly fascinated to see what the out of position content looks like, because it's the type of content that if it is what we get, which again, I think it will be, it could be one of the crazier drops we've gotten all year, and just another ridiculous drop. After an insane drop last week, we get another insane drop this week. Would it surprise me at all? No, it would not. And again, LeBron has gotten an out of position point guard card before. So who knows what'll happen? We will see. Bron, to me, feels like my number one prediction. Outside of that, Kevin Garnett feels like a pretty likely one as well. I wouldn't be surprised by that. We're going to get a really good big, whether it's a very big at a guard spot, like a Big Z or a Taco or a Arvydas Sabonis or a Vlade Divac or somebody along those lines. But I'm excited to see what this content looks like. I think it's going to be out of position. I don't know that for sure. It's possible. I will be wrong. We will have to wait and see, but it feels like they're not going to miss that opportunity to make that money at the end of season 6. So I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I will be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.